Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, we're learning more about the mass shooting inside a Texas church during Sunday service. Officials calling it the deadliest mass killing at a house of worship in modern U.S. history. At least 26 people died after a gunman entered the First Baptist Church in Sutherland, Texas, and opened fire. Federal and state law enforcement officials have identified that shooter. ABC's Courtney Fisher is in Sutherland Springs tonight and joins us live with what investigators have learned about Kelly.
Investigators will work through the night at this First Baptist Church. Meanwhile, shaken residents in this small Texas town are coming together, mourning friends and family who lost their loved ones. A vigil Sunday night for the victims of the deadliest church mass shooting in modern U.S. history.
We have 6 ambulances en route.
The tragedy unleashing a massive response from first responders and residents of this small town of about 650 people, about 35 miles southeast of San Antonio.
The second we knew what was going on, we just ran over there to help as much as we could.
And be with us.
Families in tears outside the First Baptist Church, waiting to hear about loved ones, praying for their safety.
Anyone in that church that died, we know that they're in the presence of our Lord Jesus Christ right now.
State and federal law enforcement officials say Devin Kelly of New Braunfels, Texas, walked into the church firing his assault-type rifle, killing innocent churchgoers in the middle of Sunday service.
As he exited the church, a local resident grabbed his rifle and engaged that suspect.
That resident enlisted the help of another local man after Kelly fled the scene in his car.
He said we needed to pursue him, that he just shot up the church.
A short while later, the shooter crashed the car and was found dead from a gunshot wound.
At this time, we don't know if it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound or if he was shot by our local resident.
President Trump traveling in Japan, reacting to the news.
Our hearts are broken.
Among the many victims, 14-year-old Annabelle Renee Pomeroy. Her father, the church pastor, was out of town in Oklahoma at the time of the shooting. Frank Pomeroy says that he wants the world to know that his daughter was one very special, beautiful child. Reporting live in Sutherland Springs, Courtney Fisher, ABC News.
All right, thank you very much, Courtney Fisher. That's ABC's Courtney Fisher in Sutherland, Texas. And remember, for updates on this developing story or any other national and local breaking news, you can download the latest updated version of our app. Android users will get that update automatically, but iPhone users need to go to the App Store and re-download it. Just search for WWSB or My Suncoast. Well, back here at home, the University of South Florida Sarasota Manatee campus will be giving out more than $300,000 worth of scholarships thanks to nearly 900 donors at an event on Sunday. The annual Brunch on the Bay fundraiser taking place earlier this afternoon on campus. This is the 24th year of that event. 1,500 USF Sarasota Manatee students have received scholarships from money raised at those past events, totaling more than $1 million.
My scholarships have helped me greatly, not just because they helped fund my school, but because they were funding my school. I didn't have to work as many hours at my job to cover the costs of my education.
The USF system is also celebrating a record $475 million in grants and contracts for this year. Small businesses are stealing the spotlight in Parrish. The annual Small Business Expo drawing in crowds today as vendors showed off what makes them so unique. Every business at that expo is run out of Parrish, and that's why organizers say it's so important to show them a little love.
And the importance of having people out and know what you have to offer with all the development that's coming in. We've got houses, we've got a high school coming in, we now have a college coming in. The bridge just opened that links us to Lakewood Ranch. So we're trying to promote the businesses and give them a chance to shine.
All proceeds from that expo will go to support the local nonprofit Anthony Fowler Foundation, which helps families who are faced with unforeseen tragedies. And as you could tell by that footage, just a picturesque day out here on the Suncoast, turning into a lovely night. Let's go to Wendy for our first alert weather. Wendy.
And it was an absolutely beautiful day. We had low humidity. We had temperatures that were really comfortable with our readings in the 80s. Right now it's 71 degrees for both Sarasota and Bradenton. Venice reporting 75, and everybody reporting fair skies right now. At the airport, we are looking at 68 degrees dew point, so that's helping to make things very comfortable, even though the humidity is at 90%. And the winds are coming in out of the north-northeast. They've been very calm throughout the day, and we're not expecting to see any problems throughout the overnight time period. As a matter of fact, it's going to be a little bit warmer tonight than it was last night. We had temperatures in the mid-60s last night. We'll see them in the upper 60s for the overnight time period tonight. Tomorrow morning, remember, sunrise will be a little bit earlier, and so we are expecting to see those temperatures warming up a little bit more quickly as well. And we'll find out how much longer it's going to take before some cooler weather starts to come back into our forecast. But that high pressure system is in place, and for now it is providing some beautiful weather for us. Adam?
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. Well, back to President Trump, who's kicking off his historic 13-day trip earlier today. Here at home, we learned new charges may be coming down in the Russia investigation headed by Robert Mueller. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl traveling with the president and brings us the details from overseas.
Shortly after President Trump arrived in Japan to kick off his first trip to Asia, he put on a bomber jacket.
I like this better. You can have my jacket, just.
And in a speech to U.S. troops at the American Air Base near Tokyo, he set the tone for a trip where the North Korea threat will be issue number one.
No one, no dictator, no regime, and no nation should underestimate ever American resolve. We dominate the sky. We dominate the sea. We dominate the land and space.
But overhanging the trip, troubles for the president's team back home. After indicting former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort, special counsel Robert Mueller begins questioning top White House aides later this month. And questions continue to swirl about this campaign meeting. The president's former foreign policy advisor, George Papadopoulos, has pleaded guilty for lying about Russian contacts. As he departed from Washington, a frustrated President Trump said it is Hillary Clinton who should be investigated.
Will you fire Jeff Sessions if the Justice Department doesn't take action against
I don't know.
Hillary
I'm
Clinton?
really not involved with the Justice Department. I'd like to let it run itself. But honestly, they should be looking at the Democrats. They should be looking at Podesta and all of that dishonesty.
Speaking to reporters on Air Force One, the president rejected suggestions that China's president, who just solidified his status as China's most powerful leader in decades, is the leader on the rise. Excuse me, so am I, the president said, adding, the reason our stock market is so successful is because of me. I've always been great with money. I've always been great with jobs. That's what I do.
Well, back here at home, the voter registration deadline for a Sarasota County special primary election will end on Monday. That special election will be held to fill the seat which will soon be vacated by Alexandra Alex Miller, the Republican House representative from Sarasota, whose resignation will be effective Friday. A special primary election for that seat will take place on December 5th. The final special election will be on February 13th. You can apply online at registertovoteflorida.gov or through any driver's license or tax collector's office that issues Florida driver's licenses or ID cards. Well, leave the modern world behind and transport yourself to a different time. The Sarasota Medieval Fair is back. Yeah, families taking in the sights and sounds of that fair in its opening weekend. From kings and queens to knights and wenches, the event doesn't leave much to imagination. Among the fair's shows is jousting matches. ABC 7 spoke with some of the full contact jousters who told us why the sport is so appealing to them and to those cheering crowds.
Well, you never know every time you come down the list what the hit's going to be like, or the reaction of the horse or the lance even. So it's just the variable for me. And any person, it doesn't matter, you know, I'm the newest guy, but any person, whether they've been doing it for 20 years or 6 months, you can come off your horse. So, you know, everybody has a chance to win.
If you missed it this weekend, the Sarasota Medieval Fair will be back open for a second weekend on November 11th and 12th, and their final weekend will be the 18th and the 19th of this month. So get out there. And don't forget your chain mail. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, a possible danger in the Everglades. Why water levels there have Florida Fish and Wildlife officials concerned. Plus, several people injured after a tornado rips through part of Ohio.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 16th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival presented by Publix, Saturday, November 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Welcome back. A growing concern in the Florida Everglades tonight, rising water levels, those of which have caught the attention of the Florida Wildlife Conservation Commission. Derek Shore gives us a look at the Everglades' current condition and why there's reason to worry.
Florida Fish and Wildlife Commissioner Ron Bergeron taking us out on the water and getting into it here in the Everglades, concerned like many others about incredibly high water levels.
We're at a water level that has taken the refuge away from all the fur-bearing animals.
Bergeron, a lifelong Everglades enthusiast, joining members of the FWC, ringing the bell of concern. The last time he says water was this high was back in 1994 when many animals died off. A rainy season this year, to say the least.
Your average rainfall for the 4 months after June is 7 to 8 inches. So we were in serious trouble at the beginning of the rainy season.
And with water levels already far too high, add on to it Hurricane Irma and the tropical storm that hit last weekend, really taking everything out here to a critical point.
This island camp where Bergeron is standing should be surrounded by dry ground, but it's more than a wetlands, it's underwater. Now urging the federal government in this letter to continue with emergency water releases as well as an overhaul of the Everglades water management.
It's very critical that we continue to work with our federal partners and our state partners in deviating under a state of emergency in the Everglades.
They believe if the water doesn't come down, it will be an ecological catastrophe.
And now to a follow-up on a search and rescue mission we told you about Saturday off of Florida's coast. The Coast Guard has successfully rescued and returned 50-year-old Eugene Russell to his wife. Eugene Russell's wife reported him missing when he never returned home after going boating off of North Miami Beach. Luckily, a Good Samaritan vessel noticed a yellow boat with an individual aboard, waving his arms and wearing a yellow life jacket, pointing to his engine, which matched the description of the missing Russell. An airplane crew was deployed, and Russell was found uninjured and returned home safely. Now take a look at this. 8 people are recovering in Mercer County, Ohio tonight after a tornado swept through the area. Its winds taking the roof of a restaurant completely off. The 6 people inside that building reporting non-life-threatening injuries. One other person injured at another business on the same road, and another injury coming from a crash when a power pole fell down. And those tornadoes can happen in an instant. We watch the hurricanes coming from miles and miles away, but those tornadoes,
they are fast and quick, aren't they?
And destructive.
Well, we're looking at beautiful weather. I mean, just beautiful weather, not only for today and tonight, but we're looking at it for another 24-hour period. We've got some gorgeous conditions out there. High pressure has been our fair weather friend, and so that's the reason for it. And we got up to a high today of 84 degrees with an overnight low of 62. So we are expecting to see these temperatures staying a little on the warm side throughout the daytime hours, but overnight tonight they're going to be much warmer as we start to see those winds coming in out of the northeast. So over the next 24-hour period, you'll notice temperatures are mostly in the 60s and 70s right now across the entire state, but as we go through the nighttime hours, we're going to see our temperatures down to about 68 degrees for the overnight low, and then we're back up into the 80s once again tomorrow. By 12 noon, we'll see 81 degrees in Sarasota, 83 in Fort Myers, and temperatures along the East Coast will be pretty much reflecting what we're seeing along the West Coast as well. So we do have high pressure that's sitting on top of us. That brought about the fair and beautiful conditions that we saw throughout the day today and continue to bring us fair skies tonight. It's 71 degrees right now, dew point at 68 degrees, humidity at 90%, and the winds are calm right now. And we're going to expect to see that developing throughout the nighttime hours tonight, just those gentle breezes coming on in, mostly from the northeast, and it's that northeasterly component that helps to keep those temperatures on the high side. And you can see all of that dry air that filtered down across the state throughout the day today and is now moved down to the south. And so this is going to allow a little bit more activity to develop along the east coast of Florida, as some showers have been setting up over here, and some of that activity pushes over towards the center of the state. But right now we're not looking at it coming over here to the west coast of Florida. Not for tonight, not for tomorrow. That high pressure system continues to dominate our forecast, and that's helping to drive in those winds out of the northeast. Again, that's raising temperatures up for us, and you can see we're getting some moisture along the east coast, but it's not coming over here to the west coast. So we get those sunny conditions, mild temperatures, and that is going to stay with us all the way through Thursday. Now, just a reminder that the hurricane season is not over yet. We have another area of disturbance out in the Atlantic, and it's about 800 miles away from Bermuda. It's a low pressure system here that has a very good chance of developing over the next 2 days. There's now a 70% chance that it could develop. It's moving on towards the northeast at around 5 miles per hour, so away from the United States, and it is not going to pose a problem for us at all. For boaters, winds will be out of the northeast and then shift around towards the north tomorrow. 10 to 15 knot, seas 1 to 2 feet. A moderate chop out on the bay. Clear skies tonight. 68 degrees for the overnight low, so it will be warmer tonight. It's going to be warm again tomorrow with our temperatures back up into the mid 80s, and we're going to continue to see sunny skies, temperatures warmer than normal all the way through Friday. The next cold front comes on in, giving us a 20% chance of rain, lowering our temperatures back to normal for next weekend. Adam?
Thank you, Wendy. A violent day in the NFL. We'll tell you why coming up next in sports.
Take the trolley to Siesta Beach for the Crystal Classic Sand Sculpting Festival, November 10th through 13th. See master sand sculptors create works of art. It's family fun with hands-on kids activities, sand sculpting lessons, music, food, a party tent, and more. Visit SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com.
We asked our customers, why is Consumer Cellular your choice in wireless?
Consumer Cellular helps me save money. It's simple and easy.
It is reliable.
I like the fact that there are no contracts.
By moving to Consumer Cellular, my cost is 50% less than it was.
They fit the plan to you.
I have everything I want with Consumer Cellular.
Their customer service is fabulous.
Customers are their #1 priority.
I really feel like they take care of me.
We're proud to have received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row.
We really appreciate the AARP discount.
AARP members get exclusive discounts.
It's easy to switch. You could use your own phone and you could use your own number. Wild horses wouldn't drag me away from Consumer Cellular.
Go with Consumer Cellular.
You're going to save a lot of money.
Switch today. It's all backed by a 30-day risk-free guarantee. Call 1-800-368-8758. Go online or visit a Target store today.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
For 30 years, it's been an honor for the Michaels on Ice team to serve you.
We love that our restaurant, wine cellar, and ballroom have become your favorite gathering places, and we love catering your parties.
From everyday celebrations to life's greatest occasions, please join us soon for new culinary adventures. A toast to 30 years.
And to many more.
Watch ABC7 wherever you are. Just search ABC7 on your streaming device to keep up with the Suncoast from the comfort of your couch. Download ABC7 now to watch us on TV anytime you want. ABC7, we're here for you wherever you are.
It's bigger and better. The Siesta Key Crystal Classic Sand Sculpting Festival, November 10th through 13th. 24 international artists create massive sand sculptures. Enjoy 4 days and 2 nights with live music, food, a party tent, and more. See SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com for details.
Now, sports.
Separation Sunday in the NFL. It's the middle of the 17-week season when teams either pull away or fall too far behind for a berth in the playoffs. The Buccaneers are the latter with just 2 wins and 4 straight losses coming into today's NFC South matchup with New Orleans. Not a great start for the Bucs, who give up the game's first touchdown on a blocked punt in the first quarter, an early 9-point hole following a missed extra point. And a minute before halftime, rookie sensation Alvin Kamara taking a screen pass up the sidelines into the secondary, and following some poor tackling attempts by the Tampa Bay defense, he is in for another Saints touchdown, 16-3 lead. And then right before halftime, Jameis Winston slammed onto that injured right shoulder. He would be replaced by Ryan Fitzpatrick, who throws for only 68 yards and a touchdown. Bucs lose their 5th straight, 30-10. Even more embarrassing for Tampa Bay, a fight breaking out between Mike Evans and rookie corner Marshawn Lattimore. Now, neither player would be ejected from the game, but they weren't the only ones fighting on Sunday. Jaguars-Bengals, A.J. Green going after Florida State alum Jalen Ramsey. They would be ejected. And then out in California, a late hit on quarterback C.J. Beattard leads to another fight, and 3 more players ejected from that game. Well, in high school football, during an online selection show that happened earlier this morning, the Florida High School Athletic Association announced the official brackets for the 2017 high school football playoffs. It is the first time teams have been chosen through the FHSAA's new point system. 7 of our own area teams have made it in, and they will be playing games this Friday. All of those games starting at 7:30 p.m. Here's a look at the schedule. As you can see, Riverview and Venice high schools will be at home, while Manatee, Braden River, and Palmetto all hit the road. Port Charlotte and Booker also on the road as 7 and 8 seeds in their respective regions. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and co-insurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. It's all described in this free book and DVD. Call for yours and discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. Call 1-855-395-9803. That's 1-855-395-9803 now.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Everyone's buzzing about Suncoast View.
I like watching the Suncoast View.
I like the Suncoast View.
The cooking segments, I love the recipes. The theater segments are terrific.
Join Stephanie Roberts, Linda Carson, and Bo Beth Yates for Hot Topics, everyday issues, celebrities, food, fashion, fitness, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits.
They're just fun.
For smart, fun talk in the afternoon, watch Suncoast View, weekdays at 4 on ABC 7. Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Thor, the God of Thunder, is ruling the box office this weekend. Thor Ragnarok opening at the top spot, raking in a projected $121 million. The movie keeping a perfect streak alive for Marvel Studios, becoming the 17th straight #1 opener for the production house. The R-rated comedy, A Bad Mom's Christmas, is a distant second, pulling in about $17 million. And horror flick Jigsaw dropping to #3, making an estimated $6.7 million. And it's also about that time of year for Macy's to get ready for their annual Thanksgiving Day Parade. They are testing out some of those newest balloons this weekend. Some of those new faces, including Olaf from the movie Frozen, also the Grinch, and Chase from the animated series Paw Patrol, and Jet from Super Wings, as well among some of those new balloons. However, there are a few old faces. Harold, the baseball player from Miracle on 34th Street, making a comeback with a twist in honor of the film's 70th anniversary. The inflatable this year has been specially repainted. So how about that?
Look at those. Those are really fun to watch, aren't they?
They
Huge, larger-than-life features.
I'm starting to not know any of these characters. No. Paw Patrol, is that familiar to you? You have a little grandson, so I mean,
do,
does he watch that yet?
Not yet. Not yet. So no, that
I'm
one.
Lost.
I was lost on that one.
But Olaf, familiar with that at least?
Doesn't everybody know?
Yeah, well, I'll watch on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.